So tonight is November 10th and it is 8:21, and this is the Hubbardson Parks Committee with the following members in attendance: Sandra Berry, Chair.
Dave Sacramone.
Okay, and we have a guest, Chloe Gallagher. Oh, okay, good, great, that's great. Okay, hold on, Chloe, because we have one more person joining, which means we'll have a quorum. If I can get him to come up as a participant, why can't he come up? Oh, here we go. Brian, can you hear us? I don't. It says there's 4 participants, but I can't. Oh, hold on. Here we go. There we go. Great. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Good.
Good, good. Okay, so we're just actually starting the meeting. So I will go through the attendance again because now we have a quorum with you joining, which is wonderful. Thank you very much for joining. So today is November 10th. This is the Hubbardson Parks Committee, and we're starting our meeting at 8:23 with additional members. So Sandra Berry present.
Dave Sacramone.
Brian Matheson.
Okay. And tonight our guest is Chloe Gallagher, and she is a senior at Quabbin High School, and she is here to present the capstone project to us. So welcome, Chloe. We did print out, or at least I print out, I think everyone did print out your proposal. So we'll let you start and tell us all about your proposal.
All right, so hi everyone. As you said, I'm a senior at Quabbin, so I must complete a capstone project, which is a project that benefits the community, essentially. And I'm starting an environmental club at Quabbin, and we wanted our first project to be at the Hubbardson Skatepark. I've been going there for a while now. All my friends grew up there, and we just always noticed trash like stuck in the fences, all over the ground. People are just kind of careless and just leave it wherever they want. It's really sad. So we were hoping to do a cleanup, get all that cleaned out, potentially install some type of trash can that can't be moved or taken out, and maybe paint the trash cans and encourage people not to litter and make the trash cans look all nice. We were also thinking about putting some type of sign up to encourage people not to litter. Yeah, so that's what we were looking to do. Yeah, that's basically
it. Okay, so what kind of sign were you thinking of putting up to encourage people not to litter?
Probably with some type of slogan, like a popular one is "There is no planet B," or just like a simple "Don't litter." But I don't think there's signs up right now. So
oh, there are carry in, carry out signs up there. So it is a carry in, carry out trash park. So do you think your language would maybe communicate better to your population?
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, and do you see yourself making those signs, or are you asking us to put up signs that have your language on it?
We could make the signs, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay. In your proposal, you also talk about the skate parks, the paint is chipping away on the ramps and the features. What are your thoughts about that?
Right, so that would probably be more towards the spring, I'm thinking, if we were to do that. That's more of like not the paint, but the part at the bottom of the ramps, there's like there's holes and stuff like that. That's more of like a safety issue that we recognize. And we want to make the skate park safer and cleaner than it already is. So that would probably be a thing for the spring as well. I think for the fall, what we're looking to do is the cleanup and hopefully the trash cans and get signs designed and planned out.
For the safety piece, are you talking like in the pavement? Or are you talking the actual ramps have holes?
It's like where the pavement meets the ramp.
Okay.
So
Yep.
when you go off with the board, it is, yeah, it's supposed to be smooth right there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was just making sure that that's what you were
Yeah.
talking about, and not something else we hadn't seen.
Right. Okay.
So I can say in the past, what kind of has been done to resolve the whole pavement, safety issue is actually moving the ramps a little bit just to make it move to a smooth spot. I don't know how effective it would be to like cold patch the asphalt there. I don't know if it would work or not work. I mean, we could talk to our DPW. They're the ones who have the tar and they have the ability to cold patch it. The Parks Committee themselves don't. But do you think if we just shifted the ramps, because I know it's been done, a little bit to get around that and make it on a flat surface would resolve that problem?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even know that was an option, but if it's been done before, then yeah, definitely.
It has. It's just like you just shift them a little bit. It's very
Yeah.
expensive to retar that whole area. But we could also talk to our DPW about maybe tarring those holes up in the spring.
Yeah.
I also, from a standpoint of like the trash, since you do skate there and your friends, I'm assuming, skate there as well. I think part of it is also kind of a grassroots, process that may need to happen of taking ownership of the area, and actually throwing trash away or taking their trash with them. So I think that's part of it too, that I would love to see is somebody that's really invested in trying to get the other skateboarders, the other, bikers, scooters, whoever is using it at the time, to take some kind of an ownership in the area and, either take the trash with them or just, put it where it's supposed to go if we do put trash barrels in. But it is kind of an eyesore of the town, and I would hate for the town to, to want to get rid of it because of the eyesore, because I think it's a needed spot for kids to skate and to use. But it does seem like there's always some kind of trash, that's there. Sometimes even bagged up, but left there,
Yeah.
So I think if you or other people have the ability to get people behind and start thinking about it as, the space that you want to keep, that would be also a great, starting place as well.
Definitely. Very well said. Yeah.
Chloe, just a clarification, is your capstone project specifically the cleanup of the skate park, or is it the leadership of the environmental club?
It's a bit of both. It's the leadership of the club, but I would like to have like just some like evidence of what we've been doing.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure I understood that the capstone project is the environmental club, and within that this is something that you're passionate about.
Yep.
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
So Chloe, my question to you would be, when was the last time you were at the skate park?
Oh geez, it's been cold. Probably late September.
So I actually walk the track 2 or 3 times a week. And I will say I've been very happy because the skate park, the playground, and the basketball court have been pretty much trash free for the last 6 weeks, I'm going to say.
Great.
Because when it gets really, really nasty, I will actually pick up the trash. And I actually picked up the trash today, and I don't think I picked up more than 10 plastic bottles. And other than that, whoever is being responsible, whether it's an adult picking up or whether the kids are picking up after themselves, it's been very clean. So I know you want to put a trash barrel in there, but it's so late in the season, we actually pull everything out as of November 15th. We pull all the trash barrels, we pull the porta potties. We kind of technically close down the park. So putting a trash barrel in this late in the season probably isn't going to happen because we would just be pulling it out. But that is obviously something we will bring to the Board of Selectmen and the DPW for the spring. But so late in the season, it doesn't make sense because everything's coming out at this point.
Yeah.
So in regards to the trash, that will be postponed till the spring, the trash barrels, but that's fine. It was a great recommendation. So in regards to painting the equipment, so in the spring of 2019, I don't know if you're aware of it, but someone else did a capstone at the playground at the skate park. Okay, so they raised money to put a new rail in. That red rail that's in there was put in just in the spring of 2019 with another capstone project. And at that time, the whole skate park was refurbished. It was all repainted and all the ramps were cleaned up because it wasn't recommended we paint them. It was recommended we clean off the rust, and they gave us materials to do that, wire brushes, mineral spirits to clean those up. So my question to you is, are you offering for your club to repaint that?
Yeah, we would definitely love to do that.
Okay, because we do have still paint left over from 2019. It's the same blue paint. And again, it was recommended that we clean the ramps, not paint them, because the company just says the paint is just going to get scraped off so quickly by the skateboarders. I mean, you can paint them. So is that something you're looking to do in the spring?
Yeah.
Or are you looking to do it this fall?
I would like to do it this fall. That would be preferred, but whatever works.
Okay, well, it's not whatever works for me, it's whatever works for you.
In the fall, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's also about temperature rating too when it comes to painting, right?
Yeah.
And weather. Well, we're gonna have to, who knows? I mean, right now we've been having this great weather, so it may work out, but we just need to keep that in mind too, that, we look at what the weather is going to be and make sure that we're not going to have the paint just peeling off because we're not doing it at the right time.
Yeah. So, Chloe, if you want to communicate with me when you think you'd like to do that, I have gallons of paint here that are left over, like 2 gallons of paint left over. And I have everything that's needed if you want to coordinate doing that this fall.
Yeah, okay. That'd be great.
So I do think paint, you're right, Brian. I think paint only will really adhere with certain temperatures. So I think we have to keep a look at what temperatures are coming up. Are you looking to do this on a weekend or during the week? I mean, I know it's getting dark early.
Yeah. It really either works for me. If the weekend probably would have more time because of how dark it's getting. Early.
I can tell you that Parks actually painted this in the spring of 2019, and it did not take more than maybe 2.5 hours. If you have the little roller brushes, it rolled on very quickly and it worked really quickly. And again, we have the paint, so that wouldn't be an issue. I don't know if you want to paint the ramps or not. If you do, please let me know, and let me know if there's a particular paint you want, like a silver metal paint, because definitely it has to be a metal paint to adhere to metal. And we can actually go in and purchase that for you. So that wouldn't be a problem. If you think the ramps should be repainted, we could do that as well, or you could do that as well.
Cool.
Okay, so you don't have any problem communicating with me in regards to that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and again, Parks can supply the materials if you're willing to supply the labor.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, great. Again, in regards to the trash cans, I will tell you, we actually did purchase probably 5 years ago, recycling trash cans as well as regular trash cans. And one of the issues the parks did run into is, I think because it's on 68 and it's so visible, people were dumping their household trash in our trash cans.
Oh, wow.
And we also had a dumpster, and people were leaving bags of trash in our on our dumpsters. I mean, it was very disgusting. Dirty diapers, people's food. That's why the parks about 5 years ago pulled all their trash cans and went to a carry in, carry out, because it was more disgusting dealing with people's trash than it was plastic bottles. So I have no problem introducing and going before the Board of Selectmen and the DPW who removes the trash, that we'd like to start some sort of trash program in the spring. But I think it needs to maybe be geared just towards the skate park. For really all it is kind of plastic bottles down there that people aren't recycling. Versus putting trash barrels everywhere, because I think we kind of don't want to encourage people to leave their personal trash there. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a problem. That's frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. It was a problem before, but I mean, but mostly what I see down there is plastic bottles, like people's Gatorades, water bottles, what have you. Those are much easier to pick up than people's personal trash.
Yeah.
So, so we actually do have trash barrels if you want us to reuse those, if you want to do some sort of a kickoff event in the spring where we can put the trash barrels up there and we can announce that it's a recyclable program in the skate park or something like that. Would you like to do that, or?
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in that too.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to all the stuff in the spring.
Yeah. I mean, I will tell you, the park right now, I mean, it's been pretty clean for a few weeks. I think it gets really kind of nasty after events have happened there, like Field Day happened there in September, and then there was a movie night in October. And I think when those kind of big events happen and more people are there, it brings more trash that doesn't get hauled out. But soccer is ending this weekend, and once soccer ends, you'll see a lot of people aren't forgetting their water bottles on the fields and stuff like that. But I do think you have a very worthwhile project here, and I'm glad to hear you've started an environmental club. I think it's very important. My daughter is actually in college studying environmental economics. Yeah, so she's all about the environment and recycling and not eating meat and all those things that go along with the environment.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff. So our household is very minimal plastic, that's for sure. But I think it's a very good project that you've presented to us, and I think we can work with you and make it work.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So so if you want to just connect and make sure that we can meet up and decide on the paint, if you want to start there and do that this fall, that'd be great. And maybe we can actually move the equipment a little bit as well. I know the parks is going to have a actually in-house down at the parks meeting on the 27th of November. So maybe with all this brute strength of the members, we can move some of that equipment and make it a little. Yeah, we're all getting kind of old that way. Chloe, you need to bring some of your young friends to help us do this.
I will bring them.
Bring some extra ibuprofen.
Yeah, but we're going to meet on the 27th, and maybe we can like adjust some of that skateboard equipment down there and maybe get it to more level ground. And then talk to DPW about filling in the divots. I'm going to call them divots in the spring, because it's going to be difficult for them to do that this fall.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Do you need anything signed off or anything given to your advisor or anything that says you had this meeting and that we're moving forward with your suggestions or anything like that?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Does
If
anyone
I
else
do
have?
need a signature or something, could I just email you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And I've been in contact. I've been seeing Miss Burlow's, as well with our conversation. So that'll work. Is there anything else you want to discuss in regards to your project?
I don't think so. I think that covers it.
All right.
Does anyone else
Thank
have
you
any
for
other
taking
suggestions
the
or
time.
comments?
What was that?
Does anyone else on the board have any other questions or comments?
Just that I kind of echo what Brian said earlier. You know, we've been looking for kind of like a peer leader to take a stance. You know, when it comes to the skate park, because like Mrs. Barry said, you know, it can be an eyesore, and we don't want it to be an eyesore, but we know we need the kids that use the park. We need them to be the leaders. We need them to be the examples, and the fact that you're willing to do that, I think, is probably just as important, if not more important, than the actual the physical part of cleaning up the park. Just the fact that you're going to take a stance, that you're going to get the word out, that you're trying to clean the park up, that I think that's going to go a long way towards maintaining it. And that's really the piece that we've been trying to figure out for quite a while now. So thank you for doing it, and you know, anything you need from us, you just need to let us know.
Yeah, and the bigger picture of an environmental club at the school. I mean, getting kids involved just in the environment in general,
Right.
is huge. So thank you for that.
Of course. I'm so excited to do it.
Great.
So Chloe, if you have specific language you'd like us to put out on a sign, I'm actually ordering signs this week to be made for all kinds of different things at the park. So if you have specific language that would communicate to your peers, then why don't you send that to me in an email, and I can have a couple signs made up that might encourage kids to, you know, follow your lead.
Is by Friday okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I haven't put the order in, and the guy is local in town. He makes up signs like within a week or two, so that's not a problem. Okay.
Do we need to vote or anything on this, or are we good?
I think the only thing we need to agree is we agree with her proposal, and that we won't do the trash cans until next spring because we really need to discuss with DPW. But the signage, the cleanup, the painting, yeah, we can propose, we can do make a motion to vote that they can do that.
So I motion that we that the Parks Commission support Chloe's project to beautify and clean up the skate park.
I second that.
All in favor? Sandaberry, yes?
Yes.
Brian Matheson, yes.
Okay. All right. Chloe, if you don't have anything else to present, then we appreciate you coming, and we like hearing your proposal. And like I said, send me an email in regards to when you want to paint the equipment, whether you want me to buy a different paint other than what we have. We have blue, which is the color right now. And if you want to do the ramps, let me know. We can buy the paint for that. And what kind of signage you want, and we can work with that.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Anything you need from us?
Nope, I'm all set for now. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. All right. So the three of us, is not a real lot to talk about. The only other thing I wanted to mention is I had mentioned at our last meeting about putting a artificial tree up at the gazebo, the that corner.
Yep.
Yep.
But they're very expensive. And well, they're $199 at the least. And on top of that, I'm like, where are we going to store this thing? So my husband's like, you're not storing it above our garage. So if no one else wants to step up and store it, I was talking to Katie Young, and she's like, why don't you just buy a real tree and then just get rid of it? So is anyone fine with me just getting a real tree?
So before you do that, let me. We may have an extra tree. Let me check with Carrie, and it might be pre-wired for lights. Let me find out.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's fine. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess having a real tree, you don't have to store it. So, but if you have an extra tree, that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
let me check, and I'll let you know.
Okay. And the only other thing I was going to say is Katie Young did reach out to me because they are actually doing the Christmas tree lighting on November 27th. And usually they do it like the middle of December. And she's
Right.
like, nope, we're doing it November 27th. And then we're starting the light fight
Oh, the light
that
fight.
weekend.
Oh, geez. So is there anything we need to do for the tree out? Or are we good this year? I don't remember how it ended last year. I feel like the star fell over or something, but
Yeah, but we don't do that. Katie puts the star up and
she does all that? Okay.
Yeah. So the only thing we need to do, although technically I can do it myself, is to just go down, plug it in, and see how many lights are still lit. You know, we really spent good money last year on good outdoor lighting, so I'm hoping it's still well lit. Other than that, I do have the lights for Charlie Clark Corner that go around the gazebo. That takes me half an hour to put up. I have no problem putting that up myself. But I guess instead of doing that on November 27th, I'm going to have to do that ahead of time because I think that needs to be checked out and make sure it's all working. We do have a date of November 27th to put up the ice rink, or at least to get the stakes in the ground, you know, so at least we're not dealing with frozen ground like we did last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that will still work, but I have a true confession. I forgot all about it. I'm going away on the weekend of the 27th. So I'm not going to be available. And if people want to do it earlier than that, that's fine. If people want to do it without me, that's absolutely fine too. You're all very capable of doing this. So I think because we have already picked the 27th, we should leave it. I'm just not going to be there. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we have, you know, I would say at least 3 of us, we should be able to work on it.
I think Jay's going to be available. I think Eric's going to be available. Everyone said they were going to be available to, you know, at least set up the stakes in the ground for the rink because we wanted to get those in the ground before it froze.
Right.
And I guess to measure to make sure it's level. And as long as that's set up, then once it gets cold, we can actually set the actual rink up.
Yeah, if we liked how it set up last year, I feel like the water was okay. Then I mean, it was a little bit, you know, towards the road. There was a lot more water, but I don't know if we're gonna find any better place. But we could go up and try some time before that.
Well, and the biggest thing is finding a level spot. So as long as it's level, that's the spot it's going to be at. You know.
Yep.
Dave, I also want to tell you, I know we were going to meet with the Board of Selectmen on the 15th. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
So they reached out to me and they said, you have paperwork they want them to review. It's going to be a super busy night, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or you're just coming to talk. So I just said, you know what, if it's super busy, we're talking about maintenance, even though we talk about it in November, nothing's going to happen until next April and May. So we'll just wait till after the holidays.
Yep. Yeah,
and we'll talk to them. I mean, nothing's going to happen at this point. So we're off that meeting of the 15th.
Cool.
So, yeah. So as long as you guys want to go up on the 27th and measure it out, make sure it's level, which it should be. I don't think it changed from last year. That'll work out fine. And at least if you can get the stakes in the ground, maybe get most of the boards up, I guess, at this point, but we wouldn't want to put the liner in or fill it at this point. It's too early.
Yeah, I agree. We need to wait for the liner until right around the time we want to fill it. And hopefully fill it right around the time that we think it's going to freeze.
Yeah, exactly. And I am meeting, I've got an email out to Dan Sobel, who does the signs for us, and I'm going to put a sign that says, do not go on the ice. I don't know what else to put out there to keep the kids off the ice, but hopefully we'll get those signs by the time we put that up. But other than that, I think we're all set.
Sounds good.
All right.
Anything else?
No, man.
All right. Well, Dave, enjoy New Jersey.
Thanks.
Brian, thank
Appreciate
you for joining. It was good that we actually had a quorum to be able to listen to Chloe's proposal. And her proposal is very good. I just think that the trash thing isn't going to happen until next spring.
Yeah, there's no point right now.
And we have to have DPW on board,
Right.
or none of
We
it works.
do. Yeah,
Right.
and we will meet with them in the spring to talk about, you know, the responsibilities and what we would like to see happen as maintenance up there. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, if that's it,
Good.
I hope everyone has a nice weekend and a nice Thanksgiving. We probably won't meet until after that, or we'll see each other on the 27th. But other than that, I hope everything's well. And here we go into the holiday season.
Yep.
Good, thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you
We'll
for
see ya.
joining. Yep. Bye-bye.